Hello and welcome to another edition of Inside Email Stack. Today we are going to share some analytics from emaillove.com. Last month was our biggest month in terms of traffic and number of page views, and we'll have a look at why that was. There's some good news and some bad news to talk about there. So yeah, let me just share my screen and we can actually show you what it looks like. So we use a platform called Plausible to track the analytics. This is a cookieless tracking platform, which is why you don't see a accept cookie banner on emaillove.com. I personally hate cookie banners, and so I'm willing to pay Plausible $20 per month to not have that. And then I also just love their analytics dashboard. It's like one of the cleanest, like easiest to read. Like most of you are probably using Google Analytics. I personally hate Google Analytics. I find it really hard to use and confusing. So this is what we use. And so, yeah, well, what we're seeing here is September 2025. This is by far our biggest month of traffic. And actually, if we zoom out to the last 12 months, you can kind of see the growth curve here. So back in October 2024, we are at almost 18,000 unique visitors. And then you can see here that's slowly crept up every month. And then August, we almost hit 30,000. And then September, 52,000. So that's a pretty massive gain.
It's a nice jump.
Yeah, unfortunately,
yeah,
there's a reason for that, I think. So if we go back to last month, yeah, so one thing that is down is the visit duration is down 23%. Actually, all the other stats look fairly normal, but people typically spend over 3 to, quite often 4 or 5 minutes on our website, which is great. That's like a super engaged audience. I think most websites probably don't have people hanging around on the site for that duration. And so that is an indicator of what's happening. And I think the traffic increase is partly due to bots. And I noticed they were coming, actually, if we go down to countries, the bots are coming from Malaysia, Singapore, Japan, and a few other countries that we don't typically see much traffic from.
Yeah, do you reckon the all of that traffic from Malaysia, Singapore, and Japan we can kind of write off as bots?
Yeah, so you know how I know that? Because what you can do in Plausible is you can filter by country. And then if we go up to the stats, you can see, okay, so we had 3,300 visitors. They're 97% bounce rate. So they come into the site and then they're instantly leaving. And then they're only spending 11 seconds on the site. So
definitely
these are not real people. Or like maybe there's like a handful of real people in there, but for the most part, it is bot traffic. Same thing for Singapore, and then same thing for Japan.
Yeah, exactly the
same.
Which
is a shame. Yeah, so I was seeing there's 50 people on the website at one time, and like right now there's 13, which is great. But so we
can probably knock off maybe 6,000 from that 52.9, we reckon, roughly.
Yeah, maybe. So at the same time, I still think we had our biggest month, and we were which is kind of confusing. I think we still actually had a really big month that was just even bigger because of these bots, and it's hard to. Yeah, I guess we can kind of, if we just remove the data from Singapore, Japan, and Malaysia, we could probably figure out what we actually had in terms of like real unique visitors, which is still, if we go to August, this was our previous biggest month. So 30,000, almost 30,000 unique visitors. And so I think we probably hit 35 to 40 probably, and probably we'll see in October a more realistic view of our actual traffic.
Because you've done something to stop the bots.
Yes, yeah. I did some. It's been happening for like a little while. Like I've been aware of it, and I did put in. So we use Cloudflare, and they have a bot attack mode, which is a really aggressive. Like,
That sounds serious.
Yeah, it's like it's legitimately called bot attack mode. So I'm not even like making that name up. And you turn that on, and then it will just basically block all traffic until you complete a JavaScript like capture form. And that's how they block the bots or determine who is a bot, and then send them away if they are a bot. And so I did that for everyone, and that actually temporarily broke our Figma plugin.
Excellent.
Because our Figma plugin is connected, which I didn't realize is connected to our website domain. And so, yeah, over the weekend, I got an email from one of our larger customers saying, I can't export an email. And I was like, oh my God, what have I done? So I quickly turned that off, let the bots back in. And then I used ChatGPT to create an expression or like a query in Cloudflare that only targets people based in these countries and also excludes any traffic or it's basically API traffic for our Figma plugin is fully excluded. Which the Figma plugin is just it's based on, it's not like traffic to our website, it's just using our domain. And by putting a JavaScript capture, it was blocking that API.
I imagine that's how everyone does it, right? Because you're kind of using the domain for the application, right, and for the product. So I bet you that's happened before, and will happen again.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Luckily, I fixed it pretty quickly, and the customer like messaged them back right away and told them it was working, and they were fine.
I think luckily we have pretty reasonable, nice customers, so they understand how these things work.
Yeah, you'd be surprised with the stuff people will put up with. and like even myself, like when you're using other products, you're like, oh man, I put up with so much BS with this product, but I still use it, and I'm not mad at the company. So yeah, I think we do pretty good from that perspective.
Yeah.
So now today we just have I basically put in a JavaScript like capture blocker for countries other than the US, Canada, and the UK, I think is what I did. So everyone, actually India, Brazil, like all these other countries that we're pretty global. All of them are actually seeing a capture like challenge, which I think is pretty normal. Like people are used to those. But I know that like the traffic from the US, Canada, maybe I should add like Australia, is legitimate. So I just wanted to not have them have that experience.
Yeah. Cool.
And so, yeah, so like I can tell in October, let's look at yesterday. This is more typical of what we see. So we typically see 1,000 to 2,000 unique visitors, definitely over 10,000 page views these days per day. This is like really high. This is like, almost 7 page views per visit. And the bounce rate, since doing this, the bounce rate's dropped a lot. It used to be more around 50%. And this month it's dropped a lot to like under 20%, which is amazing. Probably due to the Cloudflare blocking. So yeah, I mean, people would kill for these kind of metrics on their website. I think like this and obviously they're not all like on our Figma plugin. They're not all like buying our product, but they are engaging with our content.
Yeah. So in in September, where was the main sources of traffic?
Okay, so September, direct is still the main source. So people know us and they come to us, and then Google still like by far the second biggest driver of traffic, which is interesting. People are like, Google traffic's going down, but I think that's not actually true.
No, it's not.
Then our newsletter is really strong, which is great. We have almost 13,000 subscribers at this point, and that is growing at around 500 to 600 people per month. We have this extension, which is I think it's like a Chrome extension for designers. This traffic is not super great. You can tell they're sending like a decent number of people to us, but it's low duration. So they're not necessarily like our target.
I was going to say it's consistent traffic, isn't it? I see it there, but
it's every day. Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
So what happens is whenever I post an email to the homepage, they use our RSS feed to ingest the content onto their like Chrome extension or their Chrome app. To be honest, I haven't used it or like really looked into it, but it's nice consistent traffic. And then ChatGPT is still the fifth. So it's been the fifth most popular referrer driver to our website for a few months now, but it's slowly creeping up to like top 3 or 4, which is great. So that basically means ChatGPT is indexing seeing our content and then using it to like answer questions. And actually, what's nice is if you click on ChatGPT in Plausible, you can see, and then go to entry pages, you can see how they're getting into our website. So like 329, they're just like, people are saying, where can I find email inspiration? And it's saying like really good emails, email love, milled, like basically giving a list, and we are in that list. And then what's interesting actually is 23 people came directly to the Figma plugin. So they are obviously asking ChatGPT, how do I integrate Figma with Braze,
right,
and or Iterable or whatever it is? And ChatGPT is recommending us, which is awesome. We want more of that. And then there's like specific like email. So obviously every day we're uploading 1,000 emails. Those get indexed on Google, and then they're also getting picked up by AI, by ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And so it's actually referring people directly to specific emails, which is interesting.
I think with ChatGPT referral traffic as well, I think sometimes if someone say they search, give me a place I can get my email inspiration, and it lists email love, they actually don't click on the link. They go to the browser and type directly emaillove.com in there. So it might even be underrepresented in this report, if you see what I mean.
Yes, yeah, I think so too. Because like there are links that it like references, but they're quite small, and like I do think people probably miss those quite a lot actually.
Which is probably why we're seeing a continued steady rise in direct traffic to Google, right? Which is people just putting an email up.
And what's really cool about the ChatGPT traffic is look how qualified, or like look how engaged these people are.
Yeah.
Like they're more engaged than the average user. They're visiting 8 pages per visit.
Nice.
Their bounce rate's lower and their duration's higher. So, we want more of this traffic.
Nice.
And then and then like LinkedIn, we get quite a bit just from us posting, I suppose. And then it's kind of just like a long tail of other random places. Reddit should be higher. I'd like Reddit to be higher, but it's quite hard to be on Reddit and not look like you're promoting your website or product. And Redditors tend to call you out if you are blatantly doing that. So I'm trying to be careful with how we post on Reddit.
Yeah, I've also found our marketing groups on Reddit are not particularly active, and if they're not active in our ICP. They're not active for kind of email marketers at mid to large brands.
No, they're like people who are like, what's the difference between MailerLite and Constant Contact? Or
Exactly.
like,
Well, I've bought this list. What can I do with it? Yeah, there's some grey stuff in there, which is fine, but it doesn't fit what we're looking for. I found that as well with Reddit. Reddit's been part of our plan, hasn't it, to kind of see what we can do with it. But actually, as I dived a bit deeper, I kind of realised that it might not be suitable for us, which is a shame because Google seems to rank Reddit answers more quickly for search terms than it does rank pages that you create for that same search term. And we're finding that with video as well, right? So
yeah, the like YouTube videos get ranked really quickly, and actually YouTube, you can see it's not even a top source. I think it is on here, like it's way down here.
We're quite new.
Yeah, I think investing in YouTube, this could be a good driver of traffic. I think
it's fair to say we're pretty new to the YouTube.
Yes, exactly.
But I think it's an important channel for us. I think it's more. I think we should invest more time in it there than we should on Reddit for sure.
Yeah, the other thing I've noticed is like certain newsletters that feature us. So like there was a Beehive newsletter called the Paperboy, and we got some quite good traffic from there, although they didn't spend long. And then we do occasionally we were featured today in TLDR Marketing, which is, they have a huge list.
Nice.
And so I always see a bump in traffic from them. And that they are, someone at TLDR Marketing loves our content and is featuring it in their newsletter on a pretty regular basis, which is great.
Well, the All Things email always includes us in there, which is always great.
They do as well. Yes, yeah. Yes. They, yeah.
What's the thing that's working most on LinkedIn, do we reckon? Because we have the email love LinkedIn page where any new emails that you put on linkedin.com, they go live on there, but also we are ourselves doing posts on LinkedIn, of course.
We are, I don't think it's an amazing channel for the amount of effort that we put into it. I think
I would expect
like the traffic's actually like not that great, and we don't get that many people compared to like, you know, how often we post about it. So, and then like, so we have an email love LinkedIn page,
right?
Like it's got around 4,500 people following it at the moment. So not bad. And we automatically upload the emails to it. But like no one engages with it. I do get good engagement when I do a poll from that page.
Yeah.
And I have started to try to do like carousels, but even like carousels, no one really likes them or like comments on them or anything. So I personally don't rate LinkedIn that great in terms of like a driving traffic to our website.
No, it doesn't seem to be. It's not as good as I thought it would be, for sure.
You can see here, this is your post, like your Estee Lauder. You did a post on Estee Lauder, and you know, like we got some people to the site, but it's not like.
No, I mean that had about 1,000, maybe 1,500 views. Is that what it's called? Impressions on LinkedIn. So 16 people coming on from there it's not bad, but you want it to be more for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if we kind of go back, like we're probably better off focusing on the newsletter and then creating content for our blog that gets ranked on Google and picked up by ChatGPT are probably like, and then I also think like YouTube, just based on like how quickly I'm seeing it get ranked in Google searches is probably like where you would where we should probably focus our time. I personally think LinkedIn is good for like big announcements, like we have a new integration, or we have this new like AI feature, like here's a demo, or like here's a quick video of like how it works, like check this out. Rather than like constantly posting on LinkedIn, I just am not. I'm not seeing great engagement from that.
No, we're not seeing it. Actually, I've been thinking that through for me, for my LinkedIn posting strategy, because I talk about two things. One about growing bootstrapped B2B marketing companies, and the other is email. And I think that might be confusing. So I'm trying to figure out the best approach there to make it kind of fit best with what we do. But you see other founders of companies where their LinkedIn marketing is generating them all of their leads and all of their business. But then they have 100,000 people following them on LinkedIn, which is a very different number to what we have combined. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's a bit of a numbers game on LinkedIn. You have to get up to a certain number to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, it's a good point. Like if we could get 100,000 people to follow us on LinkedIn, then that could be, a huge driver of traffic. It's just, I don't understand, how do you get that many? I think you have to invest so much time in probably engaging with the community, commenting. I mean, we probably should still be doing it, right? It's just,
and it doesn't cost that much, financially doesn't cost anything, but time-wise doesn't cost much either. So it's good to carry on. But I agree with YouTube. I think YouTube's going to make its way up that chart as we continue doing more.
Yes, yeah, I agree. YouTube's quite hard as well. Like I think once you get to a good number of followers on YouTube, that can make a huge difference. The other thing I added is, maybe I need to log in. Hold on, let me log in. I've got a new computer, so hold on. I created some segments in here. Where's my website? Okay, so in the filter, I haven't shown this to you, but there's now some segments. So there's form completions, there's search. File downloads is not working, but if you go to search, I think it tells you how many people are searching.
Oh, nice.
And then the pages that they are going on to after they search.
Wait, searching on the search on Email Up?
On our site, yeah. So like this is just like some more advanced, let's see, form completion. Okay, so this is like, let's do last month. So last month it picked up 385 form completions, which I don't think that includes our pop-up box, which actually gets a lot as well. But this is like they're registering for the website, or like we do have a subscribe page on the website. And so this is just like an indicator of people that are signing up for our newsletter or for a free account of the website.
Okay, good. That's nice. Good to see.
But yeah, if we so the other thing I've been doing is like weekly blog posts. So just like building out the content on our blog quite a lot. And then we are uploading 1,000 posts per day, which do get ranked on Google. Yeah. So I imagine in like a year's time, we'll have like 1 million pages. Actually, we could probably calculate how many we'll have, but we at some point we'll have millions of pages ranked on Google, and also picked up by ChatGPT. And so I imagine, our goal for the traffic, our goal is 100,000 unique visitors per month.
Yeah.
And so That's where we want to go, while also retaining these like views per visit, low bounce rate, high duration.
Yeah.
That would be the goal. And if we can get there, I imagine we can convert a small percentage of those people to Email of Pro, which is the paid version of our website, or our Figma plugin.
Yeah. I think 100,000 it's on its way. We can see the growth. What fascinates me about it is that it isn't one thing that's generating that growth for you. Sometimes you read a lot about how people grow, and they kind of allude to it being one thing, one overnight thing, but actually it's just the continual work that you and I have been doing to continue on each thing, each month, just to keep going, and it gradually increases and then compounds and everything like that.
So I took over the site when did I? Okay, so 2023 is so I took over the site from Rob Hope. I bought the site from him. We had a ton of bots here. This data is actually this data doesn't even like don't even look at this data, because it's like way up here, but it's not real data. And so if you look at like from August, I think we figured it out, until today, you can see the growth. And this is like me posting on the website every single day. Like, okay, so August 2023, 5K. Like that is, that's like a handful of people per, like it's not very many people per day. And you can kind of see how it has slowly every month been growing. And it like feels super slow. Like I haven't really been doing anything different. And actually, like from March and April of this year to May, it actually went down. Like it's not just like a always up. Like we are seeing some down months as well, which I earlier this year I'm like, shit, what am I doing wrong? Like this is,
but it's slowly still going
now
up.
it's slowly. I think around here is where we launched like Email of Pro, and like we also we did a big project. We put a lot of money into the website where we started automatically uploading. We signed up for 5,000 brands and automatically upload their emails every day, or every time they send us an email. And so just the amount of posts we're adding, I think is probably the reason for the big spike in traffic.
Yeah. Fast forward a year. Forward a year, and that will be a map, a chart view where it's hitting 100+K.
Let's let's revisit this in a year. And actually, if we go to like August, actually the stats are pretty similar. Like people have always been pretty.
Which
actually,
is what
I think August is actually inflated because this is probably bot traffic, I think.
I mean, it's what we want, right? We want the growth of traffic to be genuine people that are getting value out of the site, right? We don't want it to just be kind of traffic that not getting the value that's coming from some hack that we've done.
Last month I was like, oh shit, we're getting 2,000. We're getting like over 2,000 people to the site every day. Like I loved seeing that, and then I was slowly realizing that half of that is like bots, and it's not real. So part of me just like loves seeing that many people to the site and like that growth so quickly. But you're right, like it's that's pointless if it's not real people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like cool. If we go to like a day, actually, I'm interested just to see what does a day. I just want to see what it looks like for like a day. What were we getting in 2023 in September, like on a Thursday? Okay, so we would get 177 people, 582 page views. Like this is what I was seeing every day, and like I check this website every day.
You checked it every day.
Yeah. Yeah, and every day since September 7th, 2023, I've been checking this website like multiple times per day. It's pretty bad, actually, if I say that out loud. I check it on my phone. I'm just always interested in like what's happening on the site.
I bet when you were looking at this on September the 7th, 2023, you're like, I can't wait till we get 1,000 a day. And now you're checking in it, and it's
1,000 a day. I mean, 1,000 a day at this point seems impossible. Like that.
And now we're getting that.
Like, it's a good point. So let's look at it today in comparison. Today it is 9:30 a.m. on a Thursday, October 2nd, and we've already got 737 people to the site. And yesterday we had 1,600 people. So you can see how far we've come.
Yeah. And look at that bounce rate. I mean, 19%, 3 minutes.
Yeah, and we've still maintained amazing metrics. So, yeah, it's just been a slog. Like it's not, every day adding posts, writing blogs, doing the newsletter every week. But you kind of just make it part of your routine, part of like the process, and then over time you'll see those gains. But it definitely does not happen overnight.
No, definitely not. Awesome.
Yeah. So that is our analytics. I don't think many people will give you a direct, or like they won't be keen to show you those kind of metrics. So hopefully everyone found that insightful and interesting to take a look at.
Not quite as mad as we are, that's why. But
I don't really know. I mean, I don't care. Like it's
no, I don't care. I think it's good.
I'm not hiding anything. Like our competitors probably have some similar stats. I'm sure if you looked at Milled and really good emails, they would also have some amazing metrics to share. It's just most people don't share those. So
yeah, definitely.
Cool. I think we can wrap this one up. So I think the key takeaways would just be, you probably most people don't have metrics like this on their website today. What's working for us is our newsletter. So once per week, we send a newsletter with super engaging, relevant content for the audience. We're doing LinkedIn, which is somewhat working, but not as well as we would hope. And then also ChatGPT getting ranked on there is super important these days. And we're basically taking the same approach to ChatGPT as we would to Google. And it's just create good content that your users want to read, and it will probably get picked up by ChatGPT. I don't think there's really like a secret or like much more to it than that.
Agreed. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, this was a good session. It's good to chat with you. And let's do this again next week.
Yeah. Speak later.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.